everybody! What's up? It's Gabby. Today we're going to be talking about how to gain confidence in yourself as an actor or as a performer on stage. I feel like in theater there's a lot of people who are just naturally very outgoing and whimsical and so open to everyone, and you can see that when they're on stage. Like, you can just see when someone's performing and they're just naturally like, ah! I feel like when I first started theater, I definitely did not have that. I'm not to say that I have it now. Once again, I'm not a professional, but I've definitely learned a few things over the years, and I just wanted to share that with anyone who feels like they aren't as natural on stage or in front of an audience as other performers may be, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that you don't have a spark. It doesn't mean that you're not a good performer. We just need more time and practice when it comes to being on stage. So the first thing I want to talk about is posture and projection. These are the two things that even now, like, my mom still gets on me about, because it's, I don't know, like, it's like difficult if you're like a naturally awkward person. Basically, just like, unless it's a character choice and you need to be a unconfident character, I feel like when you're on stage it really makes a difference if you have your shoulders back and you're standing upright, and when you're walking with a purpose, you're walking as your character. There have been dance performances where I thought I killed it and I thought I did really well, and then I look back and it's like my shoulders were like this the whole time. Straighten your posture. And then even if you're not an actor, like, that'll just help in your normal everyday life. A lot of directors just say, I should be able to hear you from the back of the theater. Everyone is capable of being loud. You know what I mean? Like, the shy people who don't talk a lot are the ones who are really loud and super talkative around the people they're comfortable with. So just bring that energy, but bring that on stage. And I know what you're thinking, and you're like, what the heck? Like, that's not the same thing. Just know you are capable of accessing that power, because we all have it within us. It's just about time and practice and confidence. I feel like the more I spent time on stage and the more I surrounded myself with people who were also comfortable projecting on stage, and I kind of just learned from them, and it just comes naturally. It'll come naturally because you can and you will. The next thing I want to talk about is preparation. This is something that I feel like should be obvious, but I think as young performers it doesn't come naturally to us because it does take a certain amount of discipline. Know your lines. Don't be afraid to ask someone to run lines with you. Like, they're not going to judge you. That's homework, and I think it's worth it though. It is worth it though if you know your lines front and back. That way you don't have to worry about it later. Yeah, because that is super stressful. The next thing I want to talk about is your mindset. Okay. This kind of has to do with stage fright. I think performance nerves are normal. Everyone gets them. But what I've learned is that you can take that adrenaline and you can take those nerves and take that nervous energy and channel it into your performance. Instead of thinking about it as a bunch of people judging you, they're probably not going to be able to tell if you mess up. It's usually mostly in your head. And even if you do mess up, that's kind of the beauty of live performances. It only happens once, and then it's over, and then everyone will forget about it by the next day. Just be excited to show all of the hard work you have instead of thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to mess up and everyone's going to judge me. So, because that will do you no good. Like, worrying about little things like that, that's only going to harm your performance. The next thing I want to talk about, this also goes with mindset. Stop comparing yourself to other performers. Like, this is something that really gets in the way of your potential and your performance if you're just comparing yourself to all the other actors around you, because this is so cliche and everyone's heard this before, but like, each person has their own skill set and their own strengths and weaknesses. That also means that you bring something to the table that no one else can bring, right? Instead of being afraid of these people, kind of just admire them and use other people's strengths to improve your own performance and just admire their work instead of being jealous of it, right? I heard this quote that said, "You can't move forward if you're only looking sideways." So stop comparing yourself to other performers. The last thing I want to talk about, just go for it. Just go for it. Like go big or go home, right? It's much better to be too loud or to be too overdramatic than it is to just like awkwardly give 25% because you're scared that your best won't be good enough. Okay? And I've been there too. Don't be afraid to make fun of yourself. Don't be afraid to go for it. If anything, I'm assuming if you're watching this video, it means you love to act. And I know you know that you can be a good actor, but if you're letting yourself get in the way of that, I can't help you. You just have to go for it. And then if it goes badly, just try again. In conclusion, just go for it. Who cares if you mess up? If you mess up, at least now you know what you have to improve on. And I believe in you. Bye.